Hello everyone and welcome back to my official The GH24 News YouTube channel. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we begin, hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. At the sanitarium, Cyrus intelligences on Liz, who's at the nursery station. Rick appears with flowers to celebrate her first day back. She thanks him for all his help. He also says he checked on Cyrus' parole status, and it's enough standard stuff, and lists his terms, similar as not being caught retaining armament. Cyrus overhears them agitating his parole and appears concerned. Rick asks if she has a break coming up and suggests they take a walk. Liz reminds him the last time they took a walk, they saw Alexis chuck a gun off a ground. He says consider it payment for his legal help. Liz agrees to go on a walk, and they depart. Jason arrives home from Germany, to the Quartermaine manse, and Tracy asks if he's looking for his rearmost baby ma, Sasha. Jason is confused, so she tells him about the fight between Carly and Drew, and how Drew said Jason saturated their chef. Jason asks why she'd believe Drew. Tracy prodigies if he'll deny it. Jason says he owes her no answers, so Tracy takes that as a yes. She says Jason can stonewall her all he wants, but it's illegal to stonewall his son and others in this house. Jason asks where Sasha is, and Tracy says she's meeting Felicia at the Port Charles Grill. Jason asks if Monica and Danny have heard about this development, and she doesn't suppose so, but he needs to pass this news on snappily to them as it's spreading. Cody meets Felicia at the Port Charles Grill. He wonders what the occasion is. Felicia says this is an occasion, as he's been intruding up big time and owes someone in reason. Sasha bumps into Willow and says she heard she moved out of the gatehouse and asks if she's staying with Nina or if she has formally moved in with Drew. Willow says she's staying with Nina, as if it's any of her business. Willow goes to meet Martin, and Sasha approaches Felicia and Cody. Sasha sees Cody with Felicia and refuses to share in whatever Felicia has planned. She turns to leave, but Felicia asks her to stay for her. Sasha stays, and Felicia plays interceder between them. Cody admits he shouldn't have told people about Sasha's business, but he still cares about her and wants her baby's father to step up. Sasha believes Cody would not try to hurt her designedly, but the way he's showing his concern is hurting her. She can watch for herself and her baby without answering to anyone. She asks if he can admire her and her choices. Willow meets with Martin, and he asks her if she really wants a divorce or if she'd like to work toward a conciliation. She says there's no chance of saving her marriage. Martin says that they need to respond to Diana and Michael's divorce request and push for alimony and full guardianship. Christina meets Joss at Bobby's and asks what the exigency is. Joss needs her to take Donna and Avery as there's commodity that she needs to do. Christina is happy too, and Joss asks her to take them to the domain as Avery has to gather pine cones for a design. She also promised them time at the playground. Christina asks with her pater. Out of city, is Avery asking about her mama? Joss says she calls Ava before bed, but she's agitated that Sonny's coming home soon. Cyrus walks into Bobby's and hopes Joss won't refuse him service. Joss says she's actually going to offer him in reason. She says she wants justice for Dex, and he was an easy target to charge. She says the police don't suppose he's the killer, so she's letting them handle this, and she's sorry. He's stupefied and decides to get to work and doesn't need to place an order. Cyrus leaves, but stops to look in the window at Joss. Latterly, Joss finds Colette sitting at a table. When she goes to take her order, Colette explains she works with Jack Brennan, who asked her to deliver an envelope to her. Joss opens it, and it's an address. Joss asks what this is. Colette explains it's a property bought by Dr. Gatlin Holt 1 month after Cyrus was released from Pentonville. Ava and Trina go to the domain, and Trina wonders why they're there. Ava claims she needs a break from her apartment, which is like a sauna. Ava looks around as if searching for someone. They make some small talk, and Ava wonders why she's no longer spending time with her friend at the sanitarium. Trina says it appears she wasn't as important help as she allowed. She was. Trina opens up about how Kai's stylish friend believes she resolved his attention between football and their art design, and she wonders if she did, and that's why Kai got hurt. Ava says that's absurd and that football is a dangerous sport. Trina says Kai asked her for space, and she's trying to admire that. She notes, occasionally you need to go through effects on your own. Kai appears, and Ava says, perhaps not. Ava leaves them to snare a mug of coffee, and Trina asks when Kai got out of the sanitarium. He says just moment, and he'd a hunch he'd be then, but also, he was told she was her by her Aunt Stella. He owes her an reason for taking his problems out on her. She gets it, as he's got a lot going on. Kai admits the one bright spot these once many weeks was her visiting and bossing him around. He's thankful their paths crossed, and he hopes to get to know her better. Trina says she's going to admire him and his recovery process. He thanks her, but fears not numerous are going to admire him if he see Aunt play football, or indeed watch about him. Trina asks if her bothering him about their design detracted him, and if so, she's sorry. He doesn't know why she thinks that, as he was playing his stylish up until he got hurt. He notes it's chilly out, and suggests they should go nearly warm. Ava manages to find Christina with the girls, and Avery is pleased to see her mammy. Avery hugs her and says she's doing a design for Academy, and Donna is helping her. Ava offers to take Avery to see her new apartment and the girls' new bedroom. Christina stops her, and they dispute about Ava taking Avery. Away in the domain, Rick and Liz take their walk, and he asks her to keep her eyes open where Cyrus is concerned as he's a dangerous man. Liz assures him she has survived a lot these once many times, and she has Lucky's help with this bone. Rick takes Ava back to her place, tells her she's insane if she allowed. Christina would let her take Avery, and asks if she planned this meeting. Ava says she didn't anticipate Christina to be there, but admits Avery told her she'd be at the domain with Joss moment. Rick says her despair will bring her everything. Rick argues the only way to get her son back is to go to court. Ava screams she can't go to pay him or finance a long, drawn-out court battle. Rick says he'll take her case pro bono. She tells him to just go back to Liz and leave her alone. He says Liz doesn't want him, but she should get out of her own way and let him help her. Suddenly, they passionately kiss and begin ripping each other's clothes off. Back in the domain, Christina smothers at Liz about Ava trying to take Avery, saying that she'd have done whatever it took to stop her. Christina says Ava doesn't get to have her son, not after killing hers. Christina gloats that if her father finds out what Ava tried to pull, she'll no way see Avery again. At Crimson, Carly tells Nina the stylish way to beat Drew might be to do nothing. Nina can't stay to see Carly sit back and do nothing. Nina rambles on and on about Drew moving Willow and the kiddies into his house and speculates about the details of their lavish marriage and that perhaps the kiddies will call Drew daddy. Carly gets it. She knows they've to do commodity, but Drew can't know they're moving against him. Nina says they agree on that. Nina says Maxie will be their way into Drew's house. Carly asks how far Nina is willing to go to get relief of Drew. Nina says she's willing to go as far as necessary. Carly states her only thing is to get Drew out of the picture, as she doesn't want him to be a factor in Michael and Willow's relationship and opinions. Nina agrees, and Willow and Michael need to figure the way forward themselves and put the children first. She admits she hasn't always been a supporter of Michael and Willow's marriage, but she was sad their marriage blew up the way it did. Nina says there's another variable that needs to be dealt with, and only Carly can do it. Carly arrives at the Quartermaine manse and finds Tracy on the phone with Diane, talking about Michael and Willow's divorce. Tracy asks what Carly wants, and Carly admits defying Drew was a mistake. Still, if Tracy keeps snooping, Willow will take those kiddies, and they'll no way see them again. Tracy asks what she proposes they do. Carly says they need to trust Michael, let him get better, and come home. She also says Willow has a heart and will see Drew for who he is. She thinks Willow and Michael will come to an agreement ultimately. Tracy knows Carly isn't the delay and see type, and wherever Drew goes, chaos follows. Carly tells Tracy to leave Drew to her. Tracy responds, "Fine, we'll play it your way, but make Drew hurt." Back at the Port Charles Grill, Sasha tells Cody that she forgives him, and he thanks her. Suddenly, Jason walks in. Jason approaches Sasha and asks to talk to her in private, but Felicia suggests Jason sit and talk calmly and no bone should make a scene. Cody tells Jason they're all family then, and he can admit he's the father of Sasha's baby. Sasha reminds Cody he just apologized, and Jason tells Cody this has nothing to do with him. Cody stands and yells, "Say it, slimeball, just admit Sasha's baby is yours." Nina arrives, apologizes to Martin and Willow for being late, and asks what she missed. Willow fills her in that Martin wants them to aggressively respond to Diane's form. Nina thinks that will make effects messier. Nina tells Martin that Michael is still witnessing medical treatment, so they don't have to pursue this now. Martin feels they need to hit back hard, but Nina argues Michael's original request was a starting point, a concession tactic. Nina feels they need to give Michael time to heal and work effects out with Willow. Willow agrees, so Nina suggests they stall the divorce until Michael is back. Martin tries to get Willow to see that she and Michael are on equal terms. She cheated, Michael didn't. He suggests effects could get unattractive in court, as Michael also has that tape recording of her and Drew. Willow asks what she should do. Martin says she needs to find commodity on Michael. Christina makes a call to someone and says they need to talk about Avery. At Charlie's, Lucky asks Liz, "How did you save the day this time?" Danny tells Rocco, "I need to find him." At the Quartermain boathouse, Sasha says, "I need to let everyone believe you're the father of my baby."